I'm live. Yay. All right. So, good morning. It is April 27th. Um, Whatever day it is. April 27th, 2022. It's Wednesday. I am drinking just my normal stash green tea out of my Dutch mug. Yesterday, I did this just because, well, like I said, now is a good time to start anything. And funny, like my little eyeball in the sky, like, I don't know. I think at one point I had up to 8 people watching, which is strange. I mean, I am streaming live on my personal Facebook page and YouTube, but I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. So we'll see who tunes in today. Um, but I think I'll make it a trend that this will last as long as this lasts. So it could be an hour like yesterday. I talked for an hour yesterday. And I don't know, it might be sooner, later. I don't know. I got one thumbs up. As you come in, say hi. Love to see who's coming in to watch me babble. Make sure I have my comments viewed. All right. Okay, so it is. I'll just get this out. So if you don't like what I'm, you don't like what I'm saying, then that's too bad. So it's all over the news. Actually, it has been it's been the news. So we have to wonder what's going on in Congress and in the Ukraine and the rest of the world, because everybody has been focused on Elon Musk buying Twitter. Now, how does this affect me? Well, it doesn't. I don't twat or tweet or whatever you want to call it. I do have some Twitter accounts because, like, it's a social media account. I figured I could use it. I tried to figure it out. I'm sorry. I do consider myself internet savvy and computer literate, but I don't get Twitter. In fact, when I set up my Twitter account, I followed some famous people and Kevin Smith, Dr. Drew. I followed Dr. Drew. And oh my gosh, like just following them turned me off, because when I would go to my feed, all I would see is them. Like they tweeted, I'm walking down the hall. I'm using the bathroom. Oh, I saw this person today. It was like a tweet like every 5 minutes. So my entire thing was all them. Really? Like, don't you have a life? Yeah. So that actually turned me off on Twitter right away. And so if I could actually remember any of my accounts' passwords, I would actually, or even usernames, I would actually delete my accounts, not because Elon Musk bought Twitter, just because I don't use the platform and I don't plan to. I mean, I planned to a while ago, but so it really doesn't affect me. And I don't know why people are all bitching about it. But apparently what most people call lefties, they're leaving because they're afraid that it's going to be, what is it? What did I hear? Somebody said that it's going to be a, well, they called it the next Parler. They called it, somebody else said it's going to be another fountain of misinformation. Are you new here to the planet? Like I don't, I'm going to be 50 in, I think, 36 days now. I'm old enough to remember that anything on the internet, this is even before social media, the internet is a fountain for misinformation. So it's just not one social media platform. I think it's a great idea. In fact, people give shit to Musk and to Bezos about sending people into space and because they're billionaires. Well, you know what? If I was a billionaire, I'd be doing the same damn thing. The only difference is that I wouldn't be shooting them up into space in big penises. I would actually build the Enterprise as a space station orbiting the Earth and then shoot people up to go stay for a week. That's what I would be doing. So, but I'm not a billionaire, so I can't really do it. Don't believe anything you read on the internet. Best Abraham Lincoln quote I've ever read. Yeah, I actually used that exact same quote in my book, Decoding Kata, or whatever the title of my book is. Oh, Decoding the Blueprints of Kata. So you can buy it on my website. Shameless plug. So, let's see what's happened in the last 24 hours. Well, I taught some awesome classes. I pushed forward on my my Mother's Day thing. So I wanted to get started a little bit earlier because I always feel when it comes to promoting the school and the services that we provide, I constantly feel a step behind or 2 steps behind, sometimes 10 paces behind, even though I'm not Islam or a woman. That's a bad joke. That's a bad joke. Oh yeah, the Elon Musk thing on Twitter. I know I'm circling again. Freedom of speech. That's kind of where I'm going to. Not necessarily a fountain of misinformation, but giving people the freedom of speech. Twitter has become so big. Musk used this term the other day, but I've heard it elsewhere that Twitter is such a big platform and it can be used most places in the world can be used. It can be used for or in. It's essentially a town hall. And what do you have in the town hall? You have freedom of speech protected by our First Amendment. Now, of course, a private company can, it's not necessarily put to, that's, the government can't stop our speech. Private companies can, and that's why Facebook and previously Twitter and all the other ones could get away with that. And then you have, what is it called? Parler. I did set up a Parler account. That's, yeah. I don't know. That just wasn't for me. I even feel I'm stretching myself a little bit thin with TikTok, but I think that's fun. Oh, and the little eyeball in the sky dropped down back to 1. So I don't know if somebody just chimed in and heard me talking about Musk and then chimed out, or heard me say free speech. Anyway. But my stance on it, and this goes all the way back to when you had some art show. I can't even remember what it was, but some people considered it pornographic. It's like, don't look at it. If it offends you, don't look at it. If it offends you, don't read it. That's it. There's a lot of things that actually offend me in this world. I don't pay attention to it. Because if I did, I'd be a depressed, hateful person. So anyway, cheers to Musk. May you gain followers, lose followers. Actually, I saw a tweet, which in a way, I kind of wish it would happen. This is just a screenshot of one of his tweets was, if you, now that I own Twitter, I'm deleting it, go outside. That would be awesome. And then I saw something in relationship to that said, Facebook is next. Now, what would we do without the 2 biggest social media platforms to waste our times on, or even promote our companies and businesses and services? Well, other social media platforms are going to pop up and replace them. So it's just, you know, it is what it is. It's the life. It's just life. So, okay, on to other happy news. Mother's Day thing. I think I was talking about being one step behind, 5 steps, 10 steps. So a lot of BS, got all that life out of the way. So I got for my special Mother's Day self-defense seminar. I guess call it a class, 2-hour class. So I'm holding it on the 7th, 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. And my father's calling me. I'll tell him I can't talk right now. Can I call you later? There we go. So, what is it? Lost my train of thought. Okay. Anyway, so I got flyers made. I did a whole thing. You know, I did a little event thing. Like within 30 minutes of me posting that, creating the event and posting the event, I had 4 people sign up, and then I had another 6 people sign up throughout the night. And that was before I invited any of my friends to the event or to help promote the event. So amazing. I think it's going to be great. People, it's $10, super inexpensive. People are going to show up. But all the gals that show up are going to leave with a gift. So it's, my wife was like, "Oh, you're already spending all the money that we're making." It's like, no, this is to promote the school. So, I might come away with a little bit of profit, but my goal is because self-defense is so important to me, the concept of being able to defend yourself and stay safe. I would love to get away for free, but when you give shit away for free, nobody values the content. And some people just don't show up. Yeah. So anyway, that's why I charge $10. And that's why I do the whole 10 for 10 deal for getting people in the door. 10 days for $10. Not an original Mish idea. I got that from Mark Klein, but I implemented that, and it's, $10, 10 days worth of classes, not 10 consecutive days. So really in a way to, what is it called? Really get about 4 or 5, maybe 6 classes out of the 10 days if you really attend all of them. But it gives the person a chance to learn the culture of the school, see how I teach, and then in turn I get to learn how they learn as a student instead of just one free class, because you don't get shit out of one free class. So I think I only got through about 2 Star Trek episodes last night. I finished the famous salamander episode. Yeah, that was bad, especially when the doctor's like, "Oh, the evolution that Paris was going through from human to salamander, it only took him 24 hours because he broke the warp barrier, or the warp 10 barrier. It just accelerated it, and that turning into salamanders would be our eventual evolution, just because it's part of our DNA." And, I know science fiction, there's some suspension to disbelief. I don't know. I think, I don't believe that. Just what a pile of horse pucky. How we love you. Yeah. Oh, Voyager, how we love your campy excuses. Yeah. And then, what was the other episode? Let's see. Because I think I fell asleep on not the next episode, but the episode after that. Dreadnought. It was apparently there was some super missile that the Maquis developed or redid. I don't know what I can't remember. I was too tired. A lot going on yesterday. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to go Meld. Oh, dude. Okay. So Meld, that's the one where I can't remember the actor's name, but he plays a really good psycho in every show or every character. He just plays a really good psycho. Anyway, he is Maquis. I think he's Betazoid, and he ends up killing fellow crewman. What's his name? Tuvok mind melds with him to try and help him deal with his I'll just call it anger issues, and of course that backfires on Tuvok, and then Tuvok becomes really violent and all that kind of stuff. So that's actually an episode I enjoy. Not necessarily the episode, but I like, because they actually kind of bring that character back, because they explore like, okay, we've got this crazy guy who murdered somebody. Do we just leave him? We don't want to kill him because the Federation is against corporal punishment, or the death penalty, I should say. And but we can't just leave him on some planet, so yeah, I thought that was interesting to go through. But yeah, the next episode for that was Dreadnought, and I fell asleep halfway through it. So if I rewatch that 1, 2, 3, 4, and then what I have going on today, 5, 6. So I'm still 6 episodes behind. If we want to get technical, I guess we could say 4, because today's not over yet. When it comes to the school, Brad Dourif, Dourif, Dwarf. I don't know how to pronounce it. I suck at pronouncing names, but yes, he's a great psycho actor. Yeah. All right. So the school. So the purpose behind, like, my why is, I believe everybody has the right to be and feel safe. I've said it before. I'll repeat it multiple times. And so when I see the purpose of the school, when I see the purpose of the school and trying to play with the term artisan, as we are, building better futures. The what's it called? Kind of the purpose I've been running with is that as a school, we are committed to building a safer community. So building, construction, artisan, and feeding into my why. So Brandon Beliso, I've mentioned him before. His why, his purpose, and he's driven by, he wants everybody to live their best life. And that's kind of everything that he does. So his people at his school answer the phone, live your best life at One Martial Arts. After every meeting, every class is like, what are we going to go out and do? Live our best lives, or live your best life. And I really like that, because it's really kind of promoting the culture of the school, and really building that why of, and it's a great mantra, whatever. So I wanted to take that same concept and put it into building a better community. So lots of syllables. I've tried answering the phone a couple times. Building a better community at Artisan Martial Arts is Mish, but that is such a mouthful, and I've wanted to try and condense it down. So I know most people are only just going to watch, are going to be watching this after the fact. If you have any input on sayings, phrases, please put it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think, because I'm trying to brainstorm. Like I told my wife, and she's like, "Ooh, that's a mouthful. You got to think of something different." And I'm like, I can't be the only one thinking of this. So I have one young student, because I told him, I said, I said, I want to start putting this at the end when we bow out. It's like, okay, what are we going to go out and do? And I was like, build a better community, or build a safer community. But that could just be, we could open up the why to that. But I was also thinking, like, making it almost a step thing. So we bow out and we say, what are we going to go out and do? We're going to build a safer community. And then how are we going to do that? And then, like, we'd have, like, be better people, make safe choices, something like that. So it would be this, you're promoting the why, but you're also throwing out hows. So, but I just haven't, when it comes to the phrasing and the tempo and the exact terminology, I'm right. That's kind of one of the things I'm struggling with. So I don't know, just thoughts. I wanted to throw that out there into the ether and see if anybody had any better ideas than what I'm coming up with. So that is probably what I will be working on a little bit more today, because I want to start implementing that as soon as possible. So as more students come in, as people watch classes, then they will see this happening. And honestly, this is something I should have done a while ago. But when it comes to this is almost proof that I always feel a couple steps behind. And I know I'm not the only one. A couple weeks ago, I went out to, actually, I think more than a couple weeks ago, I went out to Tillamook and visited Shauna. She's actually one of the gals that's going to be teaching at the Friends in the Art Experience. She has a school out in Tillamook, and she is absolutely killing it. Absolutely killing it. And I told her, I was like, I admit it, I was like, I feel so far, I always feel behind. And she's like, I feel the same way. So I'm not the only one. So and it was actually great to hear her say that, because yeah. So anyway, that's just kind of one of the things. The other thing, and another thing that I'm committed on doing, which I have not been as consistent as I want, is doing at least one thing a day to promote the school. Hey, Bill, I see people up there. I see 4 people up there, and only Rob and Bill have said hi. There's, what is it? What was I saying? See, this is what happens sometimes. Not enough tea. Let's see. What was I saying? Oh, committed to doing something every day to promote the school. I have not been consistent on that, because life happens, and I just use that as an excuse. But there's just sometimes where I am so mentally exhausted that I can't think. What? Well, that's new. Okay. Sorry. Just a weird text message from a weird number. Oh, something completely different. Okay. So we all get junk mail. I wanted to share this. I thought this was kind of funny. Okay, so I'm a pressure point guy. People know that. I got this email. This is it. The subject is tricky pressure point. And then the tagline is, or maybe the tricky pressure point is from the person, and then the subject, tricky pressure point can dramatically shrink an inflamed prostate. And I accidentally, like, I know it's junk mail. Like, I open the email, and it says, I just find this so funny. And of course, there's links all over the place, but the text says, for 5,000 years, the Chinese have kept this acupuncture trick locked and sealed, but the truth is finally out. By pressing, and this is a linked text, by pressing this anus pressure point for 7 seconds, you can dramatically shrink an inflamed prostate. But only a few people know where this tricky pressure point is located exactly. Watch this video, again with a link, to see where the pressure point is and how it is and how easy it is to get rid of prostate problems. This is the shit emails I get. I have not clicked the link. I'm actually strangely curious. So I don't know. I might. I've got a couple different old iPhones. I could probably set it up and just in case, like, some virus gets popped up. But I'm I don't know. Strangely curious. Oh, that could be a segment. Reading junk email with Sensei Mish. Okay. Let's see. But yeah, so promoting the school daily. And I really, really try come up with some pretty cool ideas. And this is one of the things, like Dan, like having a couple months off from work, Professor Anderson, Dan Anderson, he was just like, you need to promote the dog shit out of your school. Definitely use an old phone and be prepared for some random porn site to show up. Yep, exactly, Rob. That's why. So yeah. And there's been there's been some things like I had this, like, in trying to, put up flyers around, there's even some companies in the same strip mall to even help, because I'm like, ooh, help support, how can I help support you? And let's share. There's some places that are just like, oh yes, absolutely, I want to work with you. And then there's some others where we're like, no, we're not interested. And I'm like, really? Community boards. No, you can only put up the flyer if it's free. And I'm like, well, there's other flyers on there that charge. Oh, well, those are for, school events or, but yeah, it's like, can I just promote, be like, hey, nope. So there, and doing little things every day. I like that idea, because then I can have little failures, learn from those failures, and then have bigger successes later on. I don't know. That's, I guess that's the story I'm telling myself on that one. Pressurepointpegging.com for all of your anal prostate. Oh my God. Did you search that, Rob? And is that what, or are you just typing that out as in never mind. Okay. We're coming to almost to the end. I have to share this. So I did an unboxing on, as a TikTok video. I think I shared it on, shared that same video somewhere. But anyway, so, of course, I'm a Star Trek fan. I've slowly been collecting the Eagle Moss diecast starships. I don't know when they actually started coming out, but I just like, in the last year started buying, little ones, and because I just wanted like the little starships, because I'm a fan of the starships. I've always so like the what is it, the Hallmark ornaments. I've always collected the starships. When it comes to the little figurines or the characters or the scenes, even though they have a really cool Star Trek 2 scene and a really cool mirror Edges Forever, not mirror, but City on the Edge of Forever scene, as an ornament. Even though they'd have those really two cool ones, I'm more of the starship person. So I've always gotten a starship. That's kind of my Christmas gift to me. Or if I forget to buy one, my wife will forget to buy one for me, and then I'll just buy it off eBay. So when I started noticing the Eagle Moss stuff, I was like, ooh, that's kind of cool. And, they not that expensive. So I started perusing the Eagle Moss website, and I think I saw it on another site that was promoting the USS Cerritos from Lower Decks, and I was like, "Ooh, that would be kind of a cool toy to have." And so I was like, "I'll pre-order it." I think I paid for it in like November, something like that. And it was supposed to come out January of 22, and it never did. And then it was updated to come out in February, and then it was updated to come out in March, and it just shipped last week. I got the box on Saturday. I did my little unboxing on Monday because I had kind of a busy weekend. I took advantage of the really, really nice weather on Sunday, and I mowed and trimmed and weeded and cleaned up my entire yard. It looks gorgeous. But this ship is freaking amazing. Okay. I had forgotten that it was the XL version. But here is the Cerritos. Let me go back. So this is so cool. And look, that's how big it is. It's freaking huge. Yeah. Just an amazing little ship. I'm more of a collector of the Enterprises. I was able to get a first make. So this is like the first release, and then they'll end up having a second release at some point. So it's almost like, a second printing of a book or whatever. So I was actually able to get, now they are also releasing the Titan. They're releasing the Titan, Captain Riker's ship. I already have the Titan from a first release. I couldn't find it anywhere. Not on the website. It was sold out. Not on I found one on eBay from Russia, or maybe it was Ukraine. Anyway, I did an unboxing video for that. But it is a wickedly cool little ship. This is freaking amazing. So I have a couple XL ships. I have the what is it? The USS Sanjo. The one that starts out in Discovery. I thought that was a cool design. And then I have the Stargazer. I actually have an Enterprise, what's being called an Enterprise refit. It was a concept design. And I don't know, I've heard different stories about it, but there's a concept design from if Enterprise had gone into season 5, 6, or 7 of how they would have refitted it and kind of gone closer to the design of the original Constitution class ships. So I got that. That one is actually pretty cool. But I only have like 2 or 3 XL ones. I'm thinking about just buying a whole bunch of XL ones because these are huge. These are great. And my Constitution class, the original Enterprise, that's mega. Like this thing is, well, it's a whole screen long. Like it's longer than this. Like it's a huge ship. Maybe I might pull it out tomorrow or Friday. So yeah, so I thought I'd share that with you guys. I'm super excited with this. I don't know exactly where I'm going to place it yet because I don't do a lot of stuff in my office anymore. And that's kind of where I'd been doing my podcasts. So I had, all my little starships behind me. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to display my starships again, or throughout the house. God, I wish I could do that. But my wife won't let me. So maybe I'll just do it and hope she doesn't notice. Let's do that. Okay. So, anything else? Oh, so I've thought more about this. I want to do this daily. I sit down having tea. I think morning tea with me is what I'm affectionately calling this. Not to be narcissistic or ego or anything like that, but morning tea with me rhymes, and like morning tea with Mish, it just doesn't roll off the tongue like morning tea with me. So let's see. Anything else that is newsworthy that I should talk about? Nothing that I could come up with. Now, yes, I want to do this every day. I don't know tomorrow. And I won't be doing it on the weekends. I figured this is a Monday through Friday thing. Maybe not tomorrow because at this same time I started about 9:30. I'm going to have a dentist appointment, and then that'll probably last about an hour. And then I have a doctor's appointment at 11. I think it's 11. I can't remember what time it is. So I might do one tomorrow. I might not. The more and more I do this, I want to really stick to a consistent time. So people go, oh, it's whatever time in the morning Mish should be on. So instead of just surprising people of going, hi, I'm live. So, okay. I am at the end of my tea. Which means I am at the end of this stream. So for all of those of you who tuned in, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for saying hi. For those of you watching later, this will be a daily thing. Haven't figured out what time yet. Let's see. Friday, I will have some special news. Or at least I'm expecting to have some special news. So we'll talk about that then. Until then, let's see. Like, share, subscribe, all that really cool social media stuff. Like I say, you can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and now TikTok. Yes, I TikTok. Pretty much under Sensei Mish. If you can follow the school on Instagram, I think it's artisan.ma, and then Facebook, it's just Artist Martial Arts, no spaces, no hyphens, all one word. All right. Until then, be safe, make good choices, and I'll see you on the next one.